Om Shanti, dear family. Om Shanti, dear Shivani bhen. Welcome
Om
to
Shanti.
Colombia. We are very happy to have you here. The flower, the spiritual flower that you have become, and this is for you also. So, I think you might know, of course, that this is a special class for all the instruments. Originally was for the Colombian instruments and teachers, because we will have a national meeting in the next weekend. So this is kind of a preparation for that. But also at this moment, we also have some other teachers or instruments from other countries. They are connecting. So just to let you know that we only have a translation in Spanish, because we didn't know some of them from Brazil. I guess they are coming here, but we didn't know, so we didn't arrange the translation. So okay, so we have here our dear Shivani bhen. I think all of us we already know. Just want to have to give a presentation, an introduction of her with the qualities that I saw in you. Is like the introversion, accuracy, and she's always like double light. And I guess this is the best presentation between us. The rest of the roles and responsibilities we already know, and they change a lot. So with that, we welcome you with this feeling of spiritual love and spiritual progress. Our topic for today is to strengthen the self for the seva. So now is now we start. So thank you very much once again for making the time to be here with us in this spiritual sharing, Sister Shivani. Just to let you know that all of you can do some questions. We will have at the end a session of questions, but you can write them since you have the questions on the chat. And yes, thank you very much. Translation, ok, traducción, ustedes pueden oprimir el mundo. Creo que Liliana.
Sí, Juliana.
Okay, sorry. Now everybody has translation, so we can start. Thank you very much.
Om Shanti. So many familiar angels there across the screen. And it looks as if we're just back together. Even though I think 7 months must have passed in between. And so much has happened in our own inner world, in the outer world. Things are moving at a very rapid pace. And every day, every morning, wake up to hear something new that's happened in some part of the world. And so it's very clear that the time that Baba said things will happen suddenly, it started with COVID, of course, but the pace of that suddenness is increasing. And what we see now in the world, whether it's in India or whether it's in other parts of the world also, in terms of the state of the mind of people, like let's say if we go 30 years back, then even 30, 40 years back, if people had a challenge in life, if they had a problem in life, they still had that strength to be able to cope up with that problem. Yes, there is a problem, but we are taking care of it, we're managing. Then came a phase where we are fine if there's no problem, but if there is a problem, we are not in our right space in our mind. We are stressed, we are upset. And when this problem gets resolved, we'll be fine. So in the last 20, 25 years started more of this stage of dependency where the mind is dependent totally on what's happening in the outer world. But post-COVID, we see very clearly that it doesn't matter whether there is any problem or no problem, the mind is not happy. It's even if everything is going fine in life. So, for the last 1 year, every program, every event, whether it's a small gathering or it's a huge gathering in India, especially, also in other parts of the world. August, I was in Canada, again, a huge gathering of many Indians, but in another part of the world. And every program, I have specifically asked this question: who wants happiness? And initially, I had just asked it. I didn't expect this as the answer, but then now it's become my question to ask everywhere just to know how is it that everyone is in that same state of mind all over the world? How is this happening? In India, also, earlier, response in bigger cities would be different. In second tier cities would be different, and in smaller towns it would be different. More simple and happy and contented people. Now it's same everywhere. So it's a very different era that's going on. And so when you ask how many want happiness, it's like without pausing for even 5 seconds, everybody just raises their hand together. Everybody will raise their hand. And then you ask them, like, is it possible that everybody has problems in their life going on at the same time? And most of them don't have any specific problem. So now this is the era. So first was an era, even if you have a problem, you are fine in your mind. Second came the era, your mind is dependent on the problem. And the third is the mind is weak, even if everything is going fine in your life. So very, very clear, visible thing in minds of people that that time, because when we say it's time is not really about what's happening in the world. That is a time factor, but it's more about what's happening in the stage of souls all over the world. So when people reach a stage where they're saying we're not happy even if life is going perfect, then the crisis time has already started. Because if they're not happy when life is perfect and then suddenly something has to happen which is not perfect, then where is the strength to be able to cope up with that situation, with that crisis, or even if with that challenge? And so Baba has said in Murlis that there will be a time when all souls will say, we don't want to live anymore, we want to go back home, which means the pain they will not be able to tolerate the pain that they are going through. Like sometimes we see in a physical health issue, people go on going through the treatment of what ailment they're going through, but finally they reach a stage where they just can't handle the pain in the body and they say, it's enough, I don't want to live, I can't handle this pain in the body. So something similar to that, that I can't handle this emotional pain or pain in my mind and I don't want to live anymore. But imagine it's going to happen all over the world. So uh, the time is not easy, obviously. But then this is the time where Baba had been training us for, where he says, you're not, especially this Sunday, last Sunday's Murli, where Baba says that that time will come suddenly. And in that moment, we need to put a full stop to our thoughts in 1 second. And if we don't put it in that 1 second, it's over. So, and the title itself of the Murli had three words connected very beautifully, and that was full stop, and then was purity, and then was Sakash to the world, radiating peace and power to the world. And those three words are connected. So it's full stop, and that is what is purification of the soul, because soul is not entangling in any karma with what's happening outside. And automatically, just by doing that, Baba says you're radiating peace and power to the world. So if we come to think of it, it's simple. If we practice it, it's easy. And if we don't, then we're not really leading the purpose of our life. Because this is what Baba has been preparing us for. And Baba said till 18th January. And of course, that Murli is a November Murli. but we were already now in the month of January. And Baba said till 18 January, keep a chart every day. What was your level of purity? Just based on how much time did it take you to put a full stop. So this becomes an easy way to check. So I found that very interesting. Okay, how to check purity level? How much time did it take to put a full stop? Sometimes you're like, okay, how to check level of purity? But this one, then we took it up as a chart in class on Sunday that just for 2 weeks till 18th January, that every hour we will give ourselves a percentage. I said, give yourself a percentage on 18th January and put the chit in the box. So every hour we can give ourselves a percentage that if anything happened in that hour, small or big, how long did it take me to put a full stop? So if we are doing it immediately, then good level purity, so we grading ourselves. So we're ranking ourselves every hour. Then we are giving ourselves the percentage at the end of the day after 24 hours. And then we'll give a percentage to ourselves after 15 days and then surrender that on 18th January. But the beautiful part is that when we are doing this, what Baba has said in the Murli this Sunday, we are automatically doing service. And this is what will become tougher as more and more pain increases on the planet. Putting a full stop in a second will get tougher if we don't practice it right now. Because the reason I was thinking, why is it that all these people raise their hand for happiness when everything is fine in their life? Why are they doing this? So that's when I thought, okay, then this is what Baba has been saying, that there's so much, like right now I'm in Delhi. The air is so polluted. We all have purifiers in every room now in the house. It's a new gadget that we all have now. But the interesting thing is that if someone gets a viral or a cough or a cold, it's like month, 2 months, and we are coughing because the air is not allowing us to heal the body. So, which means, and many people are coughing even if they don't have a viral just because the air is polluted. Similarly, when the air is vibrationally polluted, there is so much pain. People's own pain is not getting healed. So, like that cough is not getting healed, people's emotional pain is not getting healed. And some people are experiencing pain even though they don't have an infection, which means they don't have a challenge in their life. So, it's exactly same as in the body level for environmental pollution, same on a soul level for vibrational pollution. So now when we meet people, it's why it's important to for us to think about it, because that's how seva is going to happen, service. So now when we meet people, they are not able to heal their pain even after like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years of something have happened in their life. Even losing a family member. It's always happened since the beginning of corporate. And people go through pain. But then by 2 months, 3 months, they're okay. They accept the situation, start leading their life. Post COVID, what we see is because COVID has been a very big turning factor because 2 years that was pain on the planet. After COVID, also, there's so much happening, but it's happening in pockets on different parts of the world on different days. But 2 years pain on the planet at the same time, and don't know how many souls leaving their costume in those 2 years. So, when so many souls leave together and live in very difficult situations, live while suffering, and so many families losing a family member. So the level of pain is just that we don't have something by which we should be able to measure it, but COVID has changed completely the vibration of the planet. That's the level of pain. And so after COVID, vibrationally, people are not able to come back to what they were before COVID. People in offices are seeing the same people behaving differently now than what they were behaving before COVID. So, this is the time where every soul needs power. And so, Baba has been saying that this time will come where we don't need to go and share. They will need to come. They will need to come. And they will come. We can meet them anywhere. We could be sitting there next to them in a train. We could be sitting next to them in a flight. People are ready to talk. People are ready to get something. Uh, Not necessarily everybody would be ready to, okay, you have to do a 7-day course and then this will happen and that. Maybe everybody doesn't have the strength right now for that. But if they get even a few minutes where they start feeling better, then they are connected. So our uh, our understanding of how Baba is going to be using us right now, it just keeps on changing. That, of course, the normal way of doing programs, the normal way of doing courses, that will go on always. But some people are not do not have the strength right now for that. Some people don't have the strength to commit. Okay, I will come 3 weekends. Even that commitment is becoming difficult for people. Earlier it was easy. Okay, 7 days, 1 hour, I will come. Now you say 7 days, 1 hour, it sounds very big to a lot of people. 7 days, 1 hour. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do this. It looks like a big task because the weaker the soul is becoming, things look very big and very difficult to them. So, the time where Baba says, just by who you are, just by being who you are, is going to start healing them, energizing them. It's definitely begun. Obviously, it will increase now, but it's definitely begun. And so, personally, for me, this Sunday's homework just makes it very easy that, okay, don't take too much pressure on yourself. What do you have to do at this time? But just practice this one thing that put a full stop to your thoughts, and which means just keep the mind silent. That's power of silence. Minimal thinking, just minimal thinking. Just we were discussing that day in class. How would the deities think in the golden age? What would be their thoughts? How would they think? So maybe just only what is needed, one line, minimal. So, like when we keep a silence day for our words, if needed, we just say a line. If needed, we just do it in a signal. And yet, we're able to manage the whole day with work, with activity, with taking care. Very, very, very few words, and we can manage the whole day, or just sign language. Again, we can manage the whole day. The same thing if we start doing it at thought level, that very, very few thoughts throughout the day. And the minute the mind says, but, then you put a full stop to that and say, okay. And that is suddenly going to change the energy around us. It will change our aura. It will change our vibration. And so there will be a very distinct difference between who we are and whom are we around. The people that we are around, whether in office, whether in a public place, or in, because they are at a vibration where their mind is not stopping thinking. And we are practicing absolutely minimal thinking. So the gap is going to be very, very wide, and it's only going to keep on increasing. They are not even able to stop thinking while going to sleep. So that's the speed of the thoughts. So on videos on social media handles nowadays, the one which circulates the most is the which has the word overthinking in that. That seems to be the issue that is troubling people. Overthinking. And so I saw, like, so beautifully here this is overthinking, and here Baba says, okay, just put a full stop. So that's as good as saying stop thinking. Just stop thinking. So that's going to be the gap where the people who are around us are overthinking, and we are going somewhere close to something like no thinking. no thinking. Because there'll hardly be any thinking compared to what they are thinking. So if they're thinking 100 thoughts in a minute and we think two or three thoughts in a minute, it'll be as good as no thinking. And that silent mind will become power for the other soul, because that silent mind will radiate that power for the other soul to experience that power, because their mind will become still. When we used to go up on stage for Avyakt Bab Dada Milan, I'm sure almost all of us must have experienced that. That till you're in the hall listening to the Murli, of course, we are thinking about the Murli and the vibration. Then we go up on stage and then we are in the line and we are at our normal, nice, good stage, but few thoughts. But you just go and stand in front of Baba, and it like just becomes a full stop over here. And sometimes to think, oh, I thought I would create this thought when I go in front of Baba, but that thought also did not come when we stand in front of Baba. So Baba is smiling. Baba is very natural, normal. He's not standing and creating anything different. Very normal, smiling, giving totally this. But our mind starts becoming silent when we are standing there, even if it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Maybe that's what's going to happen now with us. That same thing will start happening, because a still mind is able to create stillness in another mind. It's a vibration. So people right now are just looking for that mind to become quiet for some time. Now, even looking for peace and happiness is like not on the list so much. It's like only this needs to stop thinking for some time. And now, with they starting to use AI, this will only increase, because the lesser we will use our decision making faculty, the lesser we will use our, the more the soul will become weaker, and so the more the thoughts that will happen. So this gap is only going to get like this. So that itself is service. That itself is service. And these souls, this Sunday's Murli, there was one line which was one more very powerful. Baba says, from Copper Age to even now, they look at your pictures and they get blessings. They are getting blessings from your pictures. So, and the reason for that is because now at the end of the Iron Age, they have received blessings from all of you. So, from Copper Age, they will get blessings from your pictures. So, not that we would specifically create a thought of blessing for every soul we are meeting or something's happening, but because we are radiating at that level of purity where that mind is so still, that power will become a blessing for the other soul. That power will become strength for the other soul. And so Baba says all the souls on the planet will receive so many blessings from Baba's children that from Copper Age they will feel blessings even from pictures of deities. What a powerful thing this is going to be. And so to even think that what service should we do? What do we have to do next? Maybe less in the doing now. Doing will automatically happen, but more in the being. And the being will then translate into the doing. Being will translate into the doing. Because this is also the time where, if we are open to it, people will be ready to come. The only thing is probably immediately they may not be ready for what we want to give. For some time, we will have to give them what they want. And then someone from that will be ready to take what we want to give. Some may not be ready, but that's also fine. They're all fixing their part where they're going to be in the silence world. and where they are going to come in the cycle. Each one is going to come. There's one Murli where there is a long, detailed list of Baba says these type of souls will come and this will come and in the end this will come. And Baba said there will be souls who will want to come and they will not follow any dharna. And I've forgotten the date of the Murli, but that Murli says, let everyone come. Let everyone come because they're fixing their part of when they are going to come into this drama, but let everyone come. And we are seeing that happening now all over the world. People want to come, even if they don't have strength to follow the dharnas right now, but they just want to come because of the power they get, and we should encourage their coming. We should encourage their coming. So the way of service probably will keep changing, but we are not focused on service. We are focused on our inner work. Service is automatically going to happen. It's automatically going to happen. But at the same time, this is also the time where if we think of what should I do today in terms of service, then there are many options. And there are many options also right now. Because people may not be ready to understand Baba and do the course, but everybody wants peace of mind right now. So even if you just go out into the world and say, you know what, I have that way by which you can experience peace of mind, people are ready to listen. So every day, if we start, this is I'm talking of not in India. In India, of course, there's a different way of doing seva. But every day, if we actually keep it like a schedule, that whom am I going to meet today or where am I going to go today? Just to meet someone, just to talk to someone, just to be there with someone. Like in India, we have in Bharat specific, like suppose if somebody is unwell, everyone goes to meet them, even if they're not in Gyan, people, because that's the time to go, to give power, to meditate with them, to meditate with their family, and people get connected. If someone loses a family member, the BK family goes there every single day. Every single day, they will go meditate in their house. Of course, talk about the journey of the soul. But even if they're not ready to listen to the Gyan, they just go and meditate in their house. Now, these things actually start connecting those people to Baba, even if they have not yet done the course, because they got that support from the Baba's family when they were in pain. When they were at their lowest, they got hand holding, they got support. And now in India, in many cities, it's become such a thing that if someone leaves the costume in their house, they will call up the nearest BK center and they say, okay, please come to our house, please come here. Because they know that they will come and meditate at this time and change the energy of the house and create that healing energy. So, depending on which country, which city we are in, we will need to start creating these kind of things where we know people are in pain and we should be there with them. Even if we don't get to talk, even if we don't get to share, we just be with them. And while being with them, we're actually with Baba. We're just sitting there. So we are doing our inner work and service is happening. They are getting energized. They are getting healed. They are getting strength. They are getting support. And maybe that is the blessing that they have to get from us today. Now, if that translates into another blessing after that, that depends on the part of that soul in the drama. But we just need to go to be a giver now. And while being a giver, we have to do nothing. We just work on ourselves. So we are working on the soul strengthening, but service is automatically happening. So that's something Baba has always said to us. But this Sunday's Murli explained it right in the title itself. You keep practicing putting a full stop. Your purity is increasing. And you are radiating peace and power as Sakash to the world. So if we are with people in times of their conflict, in times of their relationship breakdown, in times of their ill health, in times of when they lose a family member, nowadays people are losing jobs. So when we are there with them in those times, not necessarily they come to the center, but if we know someone through someone, we said, you know what, we can come and meditate with you. We can meditate for you. So not necessarily they have come to the center, but if we can go there and we start meditating there, there is so much seva which happens through that. So much seva that happens. So that is volunteering. That okay, we are coming there to just radiate power in your house. We are not saying you come and learn meditation. We are coming there to meditate at your place. And so people get very, very touched, souls get very touched that they came on their own and they just helped us at this time. It's something that a soul never forgets. Never forgets. We meet people who lost somebody like 5 years, 10 years back, and you meet them anyway, and they'll say, when this happened, the center sisters, they came to our house for so many days and they took care of us that time. They can never forget that, even though they've not come into Gyan in those 10 years till now. So it's just being like a giver of whatever anyone needs at that time now, whatever they need. And we're not really taking out extra time to be there or do anything. We are just doing our yoga, our chant, our inner work, and they're getting the strength out of it. And then obviously, if they want to experience that same strength again, next time they will come to the center to just be there. This morning only I received a message from somebody. He had come to the center, I think about 6, 7 years back. Now he has started going to the center near to his place after 6, 7 years. And even now he's not done the course. He says, I just go there, I sit for some time and I come back and I'm liking it very much. That's all. That's all. No talking right now even about the course after 6 years. He said, but I have started going daily. I go there, I sit and I come back. So it's very clear that, of course, it will translate into something more after this, but it's very clear that it is now not the time only of the golden and silver age souls coming to the center, but it is the time of all the souls to come to the center. Everyone has to come to Baba's house now. Because finally, every soul, Baba has said in the Murli, every soul will recognize that Baba has come, which means every soul has to come. They have to experience whether it's the vibration from Baba's children, whether it's vibrations from Baba's home. So we just have to keep on, of course, asking Baba and we will get answers from there. Another very important thing which came last to last Sunday's Murli. Baba says, I am giving you the signal. Are you catching the signal that I'm giving you? That was in the Shivratri Murli on 21st December. I am giving you the signal. Are you catching the signal that I'm giving you? And so if we start this full stop practice very, very sincerely and strictly, then our phone line will be free to catch what Baba has to say to us. I remember there is a sister in Gujarat. She's now a center instrument. And in 2002, I think, or 2001, there was a very big earthquake in Gujarat, in Bhuj. It happened on the 26th of January. It was around 9 o'clock in the morning. And she was in the 10th grade that time. And so she was preparing for her board exams. And she was sharing her experience the other day. And she said, I was on the second floor in my house and there was no one at home. A 10th standard girl, a student, Baba's child. And an earthquake was just for 2 or 3 minutes. So obviously you don't even have the time to say, Baba, what am I supposed to do now? Or go to Baba's room. No. So if she was second floor of the house, she said, I was about to go out of the house. And I just had such a strong thought, go and sit under the table, which is a very illogical thing to do. But it was a strong thought. So she went and sat under the table. And after those 3 minutes, when she came out of the house, her house had cracks and a little damage. But when she came out of the house, where she would have gone into the courtyard, The other building opposite to that had crumpled there in that courtyard. So, had she gone out, she would be buried under that. And of course, we all have these experiences. We all have our experiences where Baba gives us those signals. But the time has come where it has to happen more often. It cannot be one of those rare moments of getting a touching from Baba. It will have to happen more often. It will start have to becoming a normal way of living where Baba will say this and we will do it. Baba will say this and we will catch it. And most important, if we are silent, then Baba will give to those souls what they need because we don't know what they need. We don't know what they need. So that silent mind is going to do a lot of magic. So Baba said very clearly, it will be that time and you will have to catch that signal that time. But if we are entangled, we will not be able to catch it. So another practice we need to start doing, which we all do, but we will need to start increasing that is ask everything. Ask everything even if we know the answer. Ask Baba. Baba, you tell me. So that we start that process of making it happen more often. Even something like, Baba, what do we cook for lunch today? You tell me. I'm not going to decide. And we wait for an answer to come from there. So that it's not a one off experience of, oh, Baba said and I caught. It should happen every day. It should happen every day. And when it will happen more often, when it will start becoming a normal part of my life, then in those sensitive moments where it's like critical, it will just happen in a very natural manner. I will not even have to ask, like for this young sister. She didn't ask Baba, Baba, where do I have to go? Because she had to take an immediate decision to go out. So, but Baba didn't wait for her to ask. Baba didn't wait for her to ask. Baba just gave her the answer. But she knew that it was not her thought. So this only comes with more practice because many Baba's children say, how should we know? Is this my thought or was this Baba's touching? How are we going to come to know? This is my thought or this is Baba's touching. First, for that is we should not have any preference. So, suppose we ask Baba tomorrow, Baba, what should we cook for lunch? We should not have any preference what we want to cook. So, which means that eliminates that thought of that topic on my mind. If we have a preference, then we cannot differentiate between whether it's my thought or it's Baba's touching. I have no preference. No preference. So one is we should have no preference. That's the practice. That also will come when we put a full stop and we say no preference. Somebody will say, but a little bit, which one do you prefer? No preference. No preference. Whatever will come from there, we will do it. So first is no preference. So when we practice no preference, then our mind becomes silent on that topic. Okay, I don't have to think about it because I have to have no preference. So such one is no preference. And second is when that touching comes, then implement it. Implement it even if it doesn't seem okay. How is this going to happen? How will it be possible like this? Implement it. So that's what when we see the Yagya history, that is what Brahma Baba did. That is what Mama did. Brahma Baba said to Mama, in 24 hours tomorrow you can tell me whether you want to surrender. And she said, why 24 hours? I'll say yes right now. Baba said, you think about it. She said, why should I think about it? Why should I think about it? There's nothing to think about it. To do it now. So Baba did it. Mama did it. Dadis did it. Time has come for us to do it. Where absolutely no preference, just silent. Baba, you say it, and we implement what you say, whatever. And it's always magical, always. if we implement what he says. It's always magical. But now we just need to make it more often, not one of those rare experiences, but more often. Only then, in those sensitive times, will we get that touching. It won't happen suddenly at that time otherwise, because if I have not practiced it enough, I won't be able to do it at that time. So, one is to surrender our preference. Second is to keep the mind silent on that topic, at least on that topic, silent. It's like a child. I've told my parent, I don't need to think about it. So if you tell a child, so what are you planning to do? The child will say, I've told my parent, now I am not going to think about the topic. My parent will decide. Complete surrender. Complete surrender. I am not even going to think about that. I don't need to think. I've told my parent. That's the surrender. So if a child can surrender to their parents, we have surrendered to Baba. So we don't need to think about that topic. So these are simple things which will start taking our mind to being on that silent stage. And that silent stage will give us both these benefits, touching from Baba and radiating that power, Baba's power to souls. And the more we will do this, service will automatically start happening because Baba will be able to use us for whoever he needs to touch today, whoever he needs to invite into this house tomorrow. Automatically, people whom we wouldn't have thought of will come. So now even that era is over. Oh, so and so people will come, so and so will not come. Anybody can come now. Anybody can come. They are in pain. It's like who can come to the hospital and who cannot come. Anybody can come to the hospital. Anyone. Absolutely anyone. So this is the only place which is a hospital for the pain that's going on in right now. So anyone can come. And Baba will touch them to come. We need to remove our thoughts saying, oh, this one can come, this one cannot come, this one is VIP, this one. No VIP, nothing now. There's only souls in pain. All that era of all that is over now. We should not even use those words actually. This vocabulary only we have to change now. We're just there as instruments, and when someone comes, we don't need to look at their role, position. Never. The minute we look at their role and position, we've cluttered it here. We've cluttered it here. A soul has come to Baba's house to take something from Baba. And we look at their designation and their position and nothing. Not even, oh, so and so is from this. Nothing. Nothing. Because that thought also becomes our blockage. Oh, but they are from a different culture. They are from another religion. They have come to Baba's house. They have come for that peace and power. I don't need to put my own normal, ordinary thoughts. They're not wrong thoughts, but they are my normal, ordinary thoughts. And those ordinary thoughts then don't allow that purity to reach that soul. Because we are thinking logical. We're not thinking wrong at all. We're thinking normal, logical. But the one who's come has come in pain. They don't need logic right now. They just need power. So they don't need logical handling. They just need purity and that care. And they will get what they need from Baba. So it's more of our practice and the drill that Baba has been asking us to do every hour. And in the recent Murlis again, not even every hour, many times in a day. Before you begin any task, you do the drill. Yesterday I was reading one 1970 Murli. Baba said, just do only this much. And it is like a laser beam which can finish the disease in the body. All the disease of the soul will go. Just do this much practice, point of light. That's all. And so I've been thinking, I said, like, it's so simple, and then yet, why is it so difficult? Why doesn't it last? It's the simplest thing. And so, one more thing which we can just start telling everybody, even if they don't understand soul, even if they don't understand God, even if they don't understand Gyan, you tell them you want to stop overthinking. Okay, there's only one way. Just see yourself, point of light, create one thought, and hold on to that one thought. That's all. Take any one thought, which means any one. I'm a powerful soul, I'm a peaceful soul, but see a point of light. Just start teaching people to see a point of light. And then once they do that, then you can see yourself with the point of light also. So just you, light, and the light together. Just do this, and your overthinking will stop. You'll say it can't be that easy. But say, no, it's very easy. Do it. Just you, point of light, and with the point of light. Without using the word Baba, we just say the higher power, whichever language they are comfortable with. If we give this message to everybody, point of light with the point of light, then they will definitely have a vision of this towards the end, that this was the point of light that they were talking about. And if souls do it even for a few seconds, they feel that power. When you're just doing it even for 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So the drill which Baba is teaching us every Avyakt Murli and saying do it every hour, we can start doing that with people even if they have not done the course. Even if they have not done the course. And it's like strength. It's like strength. It's like somebody is going through something, somebody says, just deep breathe and you will be fine. Just deep breathe and you will be fine. So we just say, just do this point of light and create one thought. That's all. And you will be fine. Your that clutter will start silencing. And whenever you're feeling that clutter, just see this point of light and create one thought. So even if people take like little things from Baba's house, they are going to see the benefit of it. Because the more the pain, the easier to see the benefit. The easier to see the benefit. So Baba has said everyone will say in the end, yes, God has come, which means everyone will get that vision of point of light in whatever way they will get it. But for that, we just have to tell them that that's what they have. Everybody's talking now, the light, I am light. So I am light. So see yourself light and see the light and just be there. Point with the other point. But to be able to share that with them, we have to practice that a lot. We have to practice that because just by we saying it, they can't do it. By we being it, they'll be able to do it more easily. So the drill multiple times in a day. Multiple times in a day. Few weeks back, Baba said in the Muddi, before anything you do, you just do the drill. So if we just increase it to more than just every hour, and not necessarily we have to stop every time for 1 minute, but just when we're about to take up the next task, again that point of light, again the point of light. So that is the final stage that where we have to reach, where we will be in that stage in a normal way. We won't have to practice it. We won't have to practice it. Like we saw dadis, they were in that stage normal way. And they saw Baba Mama in that stage, the normal way. They were not practicing anymore. They were not practicing it. It just became normal because anything you do often, it will become normal. So Baba has been saying in every Murli, in the end, only this practice will save you. This practice will take care of you. And it's so simple, and yet sometimes it looks so difficult. It just doesn't happen. So that will also help us to put the full stop. And full stop will also help us to do the drill. Both will go hand in hand. Both go hand in hand. And when we are doing this and we're doing this practice, then automatically the strength, in spite of whatever issues may be going on around us, in spite of whatever issues are happening in the body, because when we practice the drill, detachment is automatically happening because we are going above the vibrations which are around us. So if we practice it for even a couple of days, a month, automatically you will start feeling The body is affecting me lesser. Situations are affecting me lesser. People's behavior is now not affecting me as much as it was affecting before. But what did I do in this last 1 month? Nothing. Just that drill. Because it's simple. Every time we are doing the drill, we are disconnecting from the vibration of the world and we are going higher. So the more we will disconnect during the day and go higher and higher, the lesser this world is going to affect us because we are disconnecting so often. We're disconnecting so often. So then the vibration of the world will not affect us. So the simplest way to get detached from vibrations, what Baba said, you should not get affected by anything that's happening around you, whether it's environment, whether it's situations, whether it's people, whether it's something going on in your own body. And it's coming from the drill. So every time we disconnect and we go up, we have suddenly increased our power to not be affected by what's happening around us. It comes automatically. We can't practice every situation, every person not affecting me. That's too much. It's not going to happen. So if we just do this drill, that automatically starts happening. And so there will be issues in our life, there will be issues with the body. But if we don't get affected by it, then we are already available for Baba as an instrument for service. In 2017 or 16, Baba had said, now time has a blessing. In Hindi, it was Samay ko Vardhan. Time has a blessing now. So, time has a blessing means everything is easy now. Whether it's self, whether it's service, it's easy. Only we should say, I am available and use me, and zero desire for service and zero desire for outcome of the service. Zero desire. Available for service but not desired for service. Because where there is desire, then it is not service. Then it is desire. And desire lowers my energy. So available always, but not my desire. I want to do it. No, Baba, I'm available. You can use. You can use. So effort, available, but no desire. Because our aim is to finish all our desires. Deities had no desires. So no personal desire and no personal attachment to the outcome of the service. Neither feeling excited, neither feeling low. If it went well, excited. If it didn't go well, then low. Both are not going to happen because then both will bring me down. Just there, available. So the more we will do the drill, the more this will start happening on its own. On its own. So even outcome of service will not affect because situations are not affecting now. Situations are not affecting. So outcome will also not affect. Because if outcome starts affecting, then we will become instrument for service, but then outcome will affect my stage. Then my stage goes down. Then how will that be service? So service is just to be available. To be available, taking care of our stage and letting Baba use us. No desire, and most important, not to look at people's role, position, designation, anything, anything. Just look at them as they who've come here. That's all. What are they carrying with them in their life? We don't even need to see their visiting card actually. We actually don't even need to know who they are. So we should be the same with everyone. We don't need to know who. The minute we come to know who they are, there is a lot of coloring that starts happening over here. Lot of coloring. So How would Baba be with everyone? So when we see Baba on stage, same with everyone. Same with everyone. So that's where there is no desire, no preference. Just same with everyone. So when we will start, we all this is only for the self. Service will automatically happen. Automatically. Even if we're just sitting in our Lokik workplace, that will be service. If we are sitting in an office or in a public transport and we're doing our drill over there, that itself will radiate power to people around us. And if not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, 6 months later, they are going to come to talk to us about it. Because we are sending that message just by practicing it around them. We are sending that energy to them. So service and self-progress will always go hand in hand, and we've always done it that way, all of us. But it's just that right now, it just has to be always, not as event-specific service only. Program specific, course specific, event specific. That always happens, but how many events can we do in a day? How many programs are we going to do daily? But just everywhere when we are there, we remain in this consciousness. If I'm walking in the market, if I'm there, I don't know whom we are going to reach, whom we are going to touch. So then that consciousness just starts becoming normal for us that yes, this is it. And if nothing else, Baba says they are looking at your face. They're looking at your face. And your face and your vibration will give them a blessing. Will give them a blessing. 21st December, Baba's Murli, Baba says, in your face, they should see God. But I don't know, in Hindi it was, Aapki surat mein baap ki murat dikhai degi. I don't know what's in English. But it's in your face, they should see Baba. Baba means energy of Baba, vibration. And Baba said, for that you have to become like the father. So father was not going to get affected by which role and position comes, which religion, which nationality, nothing. Nothing. The Baba had same drishti for everybody. So that's our practice now. That's our practice now. Same for everybody. Everyone. Not getting excited. Oh, you know what? So and so came. What, how does it matter? Why are we excited about that? So if we are excited about that, then we got influenced with it. And if we got influenced, then they didn't get influenced. Energy can flow only in one direction. If we get influenced from them, then Baba's energy will not influence them from us. So absolutely untouched. And it's just a practice that we have to keep doing. Absolutely untouched by who they are in the world. Because everyone's going to come. Everyone. So those whom we had never thought can come will also come. And when they come, if we get influenced, you know what, who came to the center today? Then we also dipped and they will also not get what they have to get from Baba. So simple, every Sunday's Murli, of course every day is Murli, but from Sunday's Murli we've started making a chart every Sunday. And every single day read the same points for 7 days till that starts going into the system just by reading it every day. And of course, it's January Mass, so we always read the 69 Murlis also every day. And so service is no more the topic actually anymore. Service is now always, always. It's just happening always. So that's it. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Well, thank you very much. Now it's really clear for all of us, I guess, the focus on the self, definitely. More on the being than on the doing. But I think we still have some questions. You already answered two of them. But here we have another question, which is, which one is the best way to help people who suffer from depression? things like that mentally.
Um, Depression, if it's not just a mood, but it's an illness, one is like we've just started saying, oh, I'm depressed, but that's just a mood, feeling low. One is so just depressed that way, and one is depression as a clinical illness. So if someone is going through depression as a clinical illness, then as per the psychiatrist, at least in India, we're told that, and earlier, of course, Dr. Avdesh Sharma was there. He's left the costume in 2021. He used to tell us very clearly that if someone is going through clinical depression and is on medication, then they are not to do meditation, which means not to do that very seed stage, deep stage, because if they try to focus on that very silent stage, their mind sometimes has more thoughts because of what they are going through. So he used to share that time in Madhuban also that if someone is going through proper clinical depression, they should come to Baba's house, they should be in the vibration of Baba's house, and if they have already taken the course and they're coming, then they be for Murli. And in terms of yoga meditation, we just tell them to have a chit chat with Baba, not to put pressure on their mind by trying to be in that seed stage, because sometimes it just troubles them more. And they should not wake up for Amrit Vela if they are on medication, because their medication is meant to heal them while they are sleeping. And if they just wake up with a jerk in the middle of that sleep stage where they are supposed to get healed, then for some souls it has got tougher after that. So he used to say, wake, complete your cycle of sleep properly as per the dose of your medicine. Come in the morning to the center and sit in meditation in the center before Murli, rather than getting up at 3:34, because that's affecting the dosage of the medicine is not working on the person. So that's something that used to teach us medically. And if people are new who are coming now, of course, they have to take it very easy, because in the Lokik world also, in other organizations like in India, in Sadhguru, Vipassana, they first ask people who come. They ask them to fill a form actually, and there is a question there about mental health. And if somebody ticks that as a yes, they're taken care of differently. They don't go through the same meditation course and all like everybody else. But now it's a different thing, because their numbers are going to be so high, and so many people will come who don't know that they have depression because they're not already on treatment. So that's a very big number now. They are in depression, but they don't know that they are in depression. They are not yet seeing a doctor. They are not yet on medicine. And so we will need to be little gentle if we can able to see something in them. Typical sign is if they cry very easily, or if they are waking up in the middle of the night, not getting deep sleep, or if they don't have that enthusiasm to want to do something, or if they're going through grief, if they have lost a family member, lost a job, lost a relationship. So we just have to take it easy with them in terms of the dharanas, the maryadas, basically. And if they are coming in Murli class, some people are not able to handle too much about the world is coming to an end, the world this is going to happen, and definitely that um, okay, towards the end you will be, all your karmic accounts will be checked and you will be punished and all. So all that is a little tougher to understand or to be able to handle for somebody who's going through depression. So we just have to be able to take care of that. We can't be talking of God as somebody who's going to punish them, because that's very difficult to handle. And for some people, depression got worse just by listening to those things. And another thing, which is tough, not just in depression, but a lot of people have something or the other in what's happened in their life before they've come to the center. So so when we say this is going to repeat exactly like this after 5,000 years, it gets very difficult now. Very difficult. So if possible, we can just keep that for slightly later and not say it in the beginning few days or few weeks till we know their story of life. Because so many are losing people, untimely death, other things, and you suddenly come to the center. And then in the beginning, initial few days, you come to know, oh, this everything repeats 5,000 years. Their mind is not able to understand it's happened before also. They only think, oh, it's going to happen again, it's going to happen again. So it's very troublesome. There are some people, at least in India, I know, they just stop coming to the center only after they come to know this line. They say, we can't handle this, it's going to happen again, it's going to happen again. So the mind is not in that very powerful stage. Anything can trouble them like this. So we just have to take it a little easy with them and a little easy with maryadas for them because we don't want them to have a problem at home with their spouse or with family, and then that will aggravate the mental health issue that they're going with. So very gentle.
Yeah, thank you. And also, maybe we will need to be more aware of that kind of illnesses are increasing day by day. So we need to be maybe more empathetic with people that comes to the center. And also, we don't need to know.
Depression, yeah, depression diagnosed is one number, but there is a big number which is not diagnosed. So even they will not say that I'm depressed because they don't know it. So we just have to take it a little easy. You sometimes you can make out while talking to people, um, but initially a little easier. WHO so is 1 in 5 now. By next year it will be 1 in 4 or 3. So it just becomes uh, normal. It will become normal. Sister is asking, does it mean not to read the line of the Murli? No, it just means to read it in a gentle manner when you know someone is there who's gone through something. Till they connect with Baba and they've understood the knowledge, then they will understand it fine. But imagine someone comes and they've lost their child, and you suddenly hear this was going to happen again after 5,000 years. They will just break down. We just break down. So we just initially, for some time, we need to be gentle with it.
Yes, which is very much. Maybe the thing is that we need to be in a much more wide position, but strict with us, in discipline
Hmm.
with us, but
Hmm.
soft and kind
Gentle with everyone.
and gentle with
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is Baba is saying that in San Murlis, Maya is the almighty authority, so she can attack us suddenly. So how to protect ourselves, but especially how to be able to detect, to know that in advance, and how to protect ourselves.
I don't know how do you know about Maya in advance. I'm not sure how does that happen, but we definitely come to know when it's there. Uh, but I feel the more you keep doing that drill, we rise above this. It's the easiest. There was one paragraph in one Murli which Baba says, do this every hour. This is which will finish your weaknesses. This is which will settle your karmic accounts. This is which will give you that karma. It was a whole list. This is what will take care of you at that last moment. Everything was with that one practice. With that one practice. So if we keep doing that practice, then I think the effect of our own weaknesses on ourselves will start. Well, and most important is right now to also be some of us have stopped coming to centers after COVID, but I think that family is going to play a very important role in this coming time. Family support and the vibration of the center. Very, very, very important. So we just need to encourage everyone to come back to the center, not to encourage this thing of online modeling. And if
Mhm.
they are in a place where there is no center, of course, it's a different thing because that center environment and family will become the support system. So then Even if I am drifting a little, but I come to the center, somebody else will be able to take care of me and handhold me and help me to come out of it. So just sitting at home only and online, if I'm in the same city where there is a center, I should not do that. I should come. That will help a lot. There is a reason why Baba created so many centers and so many instrument souls. It
Yeah.
was obviously needed always, but now will be more than ever before.
But
More than ever
sister,
before.
it's like because I was about to ask you about this situation. For example, you gave us at the beginning the clear picture of what is happening in the minds of the people, especially after COVID. But after COVID, what is happening in the minds and in the self of the BKs?
Yeah.
Because this is something that you said. I have heard you wherever you go, you always say the same thing. But the reality also is that is happening, at least in this part of the world, is that we are yeah, always talking in meetings for instruments, and where we are saying people is Brahmins are not coming to the center, so what to do, what to do. Still we don't have the answer to that question. So maybe another way to understand it and to really be able to motivate them, because the fact is that we are not being able to motivate enough the Brahmins to come back to the center in a proper way.
Yeah. Obviously, when everyone gets affected, then those amongst us are also getting affected, right? So some of them are not able to, in spite of how much ever you say to them, give them all the reasons, but they know the reason. It's not that they don't know the benefit of coming. It's just that the ability to even gather that strength again to come, because 2 years created a habit. 2 years is a long time, no, to create a habit. So a habit of being able to listen to the Murli sitting at home got created. And it seems to be a very comfortable habit, no? It just made my life very easy. So any habit which made my life easy, I'm not able to, or I don't even take that thing to want to change that habit. But as instrument souls, it's our role to just keep gently reminding and reminding and reminding. And when they come, I think what people, when they come, they will need to get now, okay, we are not just listening to Murli straight, because then they say, okay, but I could listen to that at home also. So, but if we focus more on yoga and just experience that, let's create that vibration in the center, they should want to come just for that. That is the only thing which they can't get online. They can't get that online. So maybe some things talk to them, and even if one comes, it's a very big thing, but we have to continue saying it because sitting at home, it's easy to slip now. It's easy to slip. Sister, you're on mute.
Sorry. You talk a lot of for us about the individual efforts, but since we are here as instruments, what could be the collective effort that we should do in general for this inner work and for being able to irradiate that inner work in the service?
Evaluate the inner work in service.
Sorry.
Evaluate the inner work in service, you said?
No. How can
Huh.
we? No. The question is. You talk about individual efforts, but we are instruments here in this meeting. So what about the collective efforts that we should do to be able to create that impact on the seva that we are supposed to do?
Um, in August, I went to Canada and it was, I think, 8 cities. And the program was in August and they decided in February, I think February. And from February to August, they were working on the program, but they were more working on the self. And that was kept as the guideline. They kept that as the guideline for themselves. that this program is not for people, this program is happening for our self progress. So, what the center instruments used to do is, and which they had been doing for many years, it's not that they started doing for this program, they were doing for many years, and they felt that this program where they could create this unity and this, exactly the same thing happening in all the cities with that one wavelength, one way of thinking, they felt they could do it because since a few years they were meeting once every week and just doing yoga online together, only center instruments of the whole country. And they were doing that every week, 1 hour. And then when this program they decided and they created an identical program all over the country, and they kept meeting every week for only connecting to do meditation together, sitting in their own cities, but just coming online. And to think of it that it actually translated into magic. Literally, it translated into magic because first it was only center instruments doing it. And when they started this, then there was also the family who started doing it. And they would come together online, of course, offline where they were in their own cities, and online when they were coming together. And then they, of course, created programs like we all do. But the result of what they did was so visible in the program. It was so visible. The energy was different everywhere, and very small families were doing the program. Like some cities, 5 souls at the center, some cities, 8 people at the center. And the size of the program was a good size. But those 5 souls, those 8 souls were able to pull it off so beautifully, so smooth, absolutely not one glitch anywhere, not one hiccup anywhere. And when you reflect back and you say, like, how is it that everywhere it went so smooth, so perfect, and so light? It's because of what they were doing together. They were not just doing it individually. Just that coming together created some very amazing, it was like very beautiful. There was a lot of learning for me from that. Okay, just this thing, collective power of everyone just coming online has translated into making such big events for small families to be able to do it with such ease. One center, there was only one instrument sold, no center, just one room that they have taken on rent, and 3 BKs. That's all. And there was a program of 800 people, and it went so beautifully. So, just the power of they coming together to do yoga every week made this happen for them.
Okay, good. And then thank you. Now, maybe the last question. For example, when in places of service means countries, the situations of conflict are experienced and like socio-political, economical. So which method given by Baba do you use to support the souls of an entire country or province or city, considering that we cannot physically be present, but we can offer, of course, Mansa Seva, through the
Hmm.
Sakash tool.
Hmm. So what should we do? What was the question?
The question is, which one is the method that you use to support the souls in a
No,
distance?
there's no specific method to use. We just do Sakash. Baba says today, give Sakash to the whole world every day.
Mhm.
And Baba is saying give Sakash to the whole world every day. So when we're giving Sakash to the whole world every day, and when there is a situation, we continue giving Sakash to the whole world, and we continue giving to that particular region. But because we are practicing on the self, the Sakash would not just be for that half an hour or that 60 minutes. Just our stillness, our connection with Baba will become Sakash. It will become Sakash automatically. Because how many hours will we sit in yoga? We will come into action, we will come into karmana seva. But if along with that we practice that this Sunday is mostly the full stop, keeping the mind still, not engaging in too much into what's happening in the city or the country. That's another practice that we all need to do. because it's all happening around us. Everybody's talking about us, talking about it. So many videos coming all over. That's one practice. Even I feel I need to do. It's one practice we have to do to just not get entangled into what's happening, not reading about it, not talking about it. Because the more we will do it, the more we get influenced by what's happening. And when we get influenced, the power to influence will automatically reduce in the same proportion. So one is to give sakash, but on the second is also to not consume too much about what's happening. In fact, minimal, minimal. Because what's happening is not something we can do anything about, but what we have been taught to do, that doesn't happen when we're thinking and talking about what's happening. So energy will flow only in one direction. Either I am consuming what's happening, then I will not be able to give what Baba has to give. Energy can move only in one direction. So that's another practice that we need to take care of. Try to keep this clean and clear from what's happening.
Okay. Thank you very much. I
Thank you
think
so
that
much, Shanti. Thank you.
Shanti, thank you very much for the whole family. So we take leave with
Thank
a
you. Thank
minute of
you.
drishti, sharing drishti, silence.
ये शिव को समाओ ओ मानव, तुम परमानंद को पाओ।
Om Shanti, Shivani Ben, Om Shanti. Todos podem prender a câmera, microfone. Om Shanti, Sister G. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for your
much from
time,
our
Shia.
heart.
Om Shanti.
Podem prender sua câmera, telefone,
Om
microfone.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you for
Shanti.
gracias.
Thank you.
Om
Gracias a
Shanti.
todos. Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Nos
So we go in
vamos.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And thank you, translators. Bye bye. Om Shanti.
Gracias, familia.